Chair recognizes the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Chairman Smith. For decades, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, has been trapped in a cycle of violence due to ethnic conflict between government actors, a variety of rebel groups, and foreign actors. Today, almost 15 million people in the DRC need humanitarian assistance, and almost 27 million people will face crisis or emergency levels of food insecurity in 2026. In December, Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwandan President Paul Kagame officially signed the U.S. brokered peace agreement and economic framework. The sustainability of this agreement is questionable given that it prioritized economic benefit from extraction of critical minerals over building sustainable peace, excluded key actors impacted by the conflict, especially local civil society and Congolese women and girls, did not get involved in the influential destabilizing actors and parties to the conflict, such as the March 23rd movement, the M23. Over the last year, the administration terminated conflict and atrocity prevention and resolution programs in the country that advanced livelihoods and promoted stability around critical minerals, which has in turn undermined stability and threatened the success of the U.S.-led peace efforts. Furthermore, the reorganization of the State Department resulted in the elimination of key offices focused on conflict and atrocity prevention, such as the Bureau of Conflict and Stabilization Operation, CSO, and the Secretary's Office of Global Women's Issues. To successfully and sustainably address the drivers of violence and instability in the DRC, the Trump administration must support programs and incorporate diverse local stakeholders, strengthen capacity to prevent and resolve conflict, respond to atrocities, and tackle the disproportionate impact the long-running conflict has had on women and girls. On another note, I'd like to add the Trump administration is wrong for eliminating programs that have to deal with diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is the on-ramp to help resolve issues of conflict, as well as bring about racial justice, as well as promote women to inclusive leadership positions. I would ask you, to what extent has the African Affairs Bureau implemented conflict prevention and peace-building programs in the country to complement recent diplomacy surrounding DRC?
Thank you, Congressman, for that question. I would note that we do have many ongoing assistance programs, mostly with life-saving assistance, and being implemented in the DRC. Secretary Rubio has been clear that we will remain the largest donor of life-saving humanitarian assistance in the world, and we will use foreign assistance to support our strategic priorities. The DRC clearly is a strategic priority, and bringing stability and peace to the region is obviously a focus for President Trump. So we look forward to continuing those assistance programs. I would add that we continue to implement programs, including those which offer protection and medical services to women and girls, and other programs that focus on protecting vulnerable populations. So absolutely recognize that women and girls are under extreme threat in the Eastern DRC, and we will continue those protection efforts.
Is there any particular reason why the U.S.-backed peace plan was not inclusive, as civil society, including women-led civil society, was not included in official talks?
Thank you so much for the chance to address that. So we did include civil society in consultations, especially around the regional economic integration framework, and we look forward to those conversations ongoing as we look at how to implement the framework and encourage investment in the region. And we are looking to the African Union to really step up in this lane and bring civil society voices to the forefront as they help us with the implementation of these agreements. So we look forward to speaking with those groups, especially in coordination with the AU.
And as we speak in closing, I find it rather curious that the President of the United States puts more bans on African countries, more bans on integrating Africa into the global economy, making more barriers between our great countries to participate. I thank you so much for your cooperation, participation. I yield back, Chairman.